In this video, we're going to look at how we can use the Kube-Hunter open source tool to explore security weaknesses in Kubernetes clusters. Kube-Hunter is a tool developed by Aqua Security, and it's specifically designed to identify vulnerabilities in Kubernetes clusters. Some of the key features that come along with the tool are Kubernetes-specific vulnerability scanning, with two types of scans, one being passive and the other being active. It has multiple modes of operation between network scanning, remote scanning, and in-cluster scanning. It has vulnerability categories in terms of unauthenticated access, kubelet/API server exposures, and insecure configurations. And it can give you good reports and recommendations on all of the findings within the tool. Some of the more common use cases for Kube-Hunter include performing security audits by Kubernetes administrators to make sure that their Kubernetes environment is secure, performing continuous security monitoring within something like a DevOps pipeline, or performing penetration testing exercises like Red Blue Team to try and attack Kubernetes clusters and simulate their defenses. It's important to note that this tool primarily identifies vulnerabilities within the cluster configuration itself, rather than looking at application-specific issues that might be running in the cluster. So let's look at how we can use this tool to evaluate our Kubernetes clusters. Kube-Hunter is a Python-based tool, so we'll need to make sure that our system has Python installed before trying to run the tool. So on a system with Python installed, go ahead and open up a terminal of your choice. In this case, we're going to be running on a Windows system inside of an Ubuntu shell, and run the following commands. First, we're going to clone the repository for Kube-Hunter using the command git clone, followed by the URL to the repository, which is https://github.com/aquasecurity/kube-hunter.git. Once we've cloned the repository, we can change directory into the cloned repo by using the command cd Kube-Hunter. And then we need to install the requirements for the tool using the command python3-m pip install -r requirements.txt. Once we've installed the requirements, we can install the tool using the command python3 setup.py install. At this point, Kube-Hunter should be installed on your machine, and you can verify that by running kube-hunter-h. And this will give us the help output for the tool. So we can see that Kube-Hunter has been installed, and when we look at the help output, we can see a usage example, followed by the various flags that we could pass to the tool, accompanied with a description of what each flag does. We could also run the tool in interactive mode by just typing in Kube-Hunter and hitting enter. When we do this, we get an interactive prompt telling us to choose one of the options, and our options are remote scanning, interface scanning, or IP range scanning. In this case, let's choose remote scanning. Now we need to specify the remotes that we want to scan for Kubernetes clusters. In this case, I'm going to just scan the local host or my local machine and see what clusters it finds. So I pass it a remote of 127.0.0.1 and hit enter. And we have some output. If I scroll to the top, we can go through and see what Kube-Hunter did. We have some output about the tool starting its various discovery, and it started by looking for open Kubernetes services, and it found an open service API server at 127.0.0.1 on port 8080. And then we can see below that it found multiple vulnerabilities in this cluster. So we have the vulnerability for K8's version disclosure in this Kubernetes cluster, insecure HTTP access to API, listing namespaces as anonymous user, listing roles as anonymous user, listing cluster roles as anonymous user, and listing pods as anonymous user. So these are all the vulnerabilities that the tool was able to identify in this cluster. If we scroll down, we can get more information about the cluster and more detailed information about the vulnerabilities that were found. So we have some information on the nodes and the services that were found running on the nodes. And then we have the vulnerabilities with detailed information associated to them. So for each vulnerability, we have an ID, a location, a MITRE category, the vulnerability, a description, and the evidence of how the tool found and validated the vulnerability. So with this information in hand, if we are performing a penetration test, then we have vulnerabilities that we could now go and try to exploit in the cluster. On the other hand, if we are a blue team and trying to harden our environment, we now know which vulnerabilities we need to patch and remediate in our environment. If we want more information on all of the various tests and how Kube-Hunter comes to its conclusions, we can go to the help output and see this -- list flag in the options section that tells us it displays all the tests in Kube-Hunter, and we can also add the -- active flag to see active tests. So if I use the command Kube-Hunter -- list, it gives me an output of all of the tests that it's running, along with a brief description about what that test does. So for example, at the bottom we have access secrets, and it tells us that this test is accessing the secrets accessible to the pod. And we can scroll up and see all of the tests and the category in which they are under. So in this case, these are passive hunters. So Kube-Hunter can be a valuable tool for hardening and attacking Kubernetes clusters. And by using this tool to identify common misconfigurations and vulnerabilities, we can greatly increase our penetration testing capabilities.